Welcome back to another video. Today I want to look into shadow work and its plus side for your life, and maybe also some of the, I wouldn't say negative, but some of the downside of doing shadow work and how many people are actually kind of trapped in that healing space. No, let's have a closer look. And what this video is here for is to give you another perspective, give you another understanding on what shadow work actually is and how you can work with it without getting stuck into the healing spot and staying there forever. Okay, life moves on, life goes on. I want you to do the same, while not hesitating to go into those places and not thinking, oh my gosh, I will be stuck there forever. That's not the case at all, you see. Before we dive into this video, my name is Patricia. I'm here to do the discovery with you, to help you heal your inner wounds and learn to see that there is way more beyond that space, right? When we get to know each other or yourself, you get to see that life is actually not what you thought it is. And I feel like many people are waking up to that idea that there could be potentially more for them. You know, you don't have to stay in your childhood wounds forever. You don't have to pretend that that wound cannot heal. You don't need to be stuck there forever. And while all of that has its recognition, I find it so crucial to also give people some hope that this is at one point not over, maybe that's the wrong word, but it's not anymore that much present. Things shift, they do. So if you are at the space where you're like, oh gosh, is this ever going to end? Yes, it is going to end, because everything at one point is kind of fading and shifting and transforming. So this is in no way different. Okay, yeah, if you enjoy, hit that subscribe button and also make sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you have any questions, then please do so in the description box below, in the comment section. So let's dive into today's video. So shadow work really is about seeing or diving into the unseen, right? It's about almost like you're going into a cellar and you're turning your light on, right? You're turning the light on and then you just see what is there. Now, this doesn't mean that it hasn't been there before. It has. It was just playing subconsciously, meaning you didn't know that it was there, and you started to react in certain situations exactly like your mom and dad, or how you grew up, you know, all those conditions we grew up in, they're hidden there. Your wounds are hidden there. This isn't about being rational. This isn't about, oh my gosh, you haven't got over it since 10 years, 20 years, 45, 50, 60 years. This is about, hey, I haven't turned on the light. The light has not been there. I haven't been able to see it. This can be indeed really scary because we start to see how much pain we have discovered from the past. Now, pain is also very, very much what gives us a force to go forward, what helps us to move forward to what we actually want to achieve in our life, right? It is very much about, hey, I'm using this and I'm healing this. Not with the mind, okay? This is not mind work. It's quite crucial, I think, to really mention that. You see, getting into the field and using words for your healing is very, very powerful. However, those wounds have not come from here, okay? It came from here, okay? If you want to heal your hurt, your pain, and believe me, we all have it. You are not alone. You are not alone. All those people who pretend their life looks amazing, they pretend. It's really about showing up with all your wounds, showing up and standing here and not being ashamed for how you feel. You see, not feeling ashamed because no one else is recognizing your pain, but it's about going down that cellar and turning on the light and seeing, I always have been alone. You know, I always have been not recognized for who I am, and that really hurts. You know, actually, it's healing, doing this work, doing shadow work is mainly about recognizing your own pain and giving yourself some peace in that. Giving yourself recognition, giving yourself the understanding it's okay. Moving into a space where you're like, oh, that's why I feel that way. That's why I feel all the time like this with my partner, because he's not giving me the recognition or that love that I'm seeking since the very, very past. You know how many people are doing this unconsciously? So many people, so many people. And if you start to talk about that with other people, you need to know that some people are not at the same spot than you are, and they kind of feel that annoying because you're pointing to something. You're pointing to, hey, maybe you have the same thing. But you know, it feels way better to say like, oh no, you are weird and I'm normal. Okay? that's not recognizing how you are doing inside. That is about pushing it away, freezing to whatever is lying there. That's not doing the shadow work. And people who say something like, I don't have that, I don't feel that, well, maybe you're just not there yet. Maybe it's not on your schedule yet. Maybe it will never be, okay? However, you are, okay? You are. And it's totally okay that you are. There is nothing wrong with you. You're not broken. You're not doing something wrong. You're waking up to who you are. You're waking up, okay? You bring this whole thing up. Okay, everything that you have pushed down needs to come up in order to have a clear channel again. Okay, a clear channel, I mean by that, having things in your field that attracts those old and past patterns again. And I mean patterns or the past that is not serving you anymore, while totally feeling okay that they are there. You see, being okay that they are there. Okay, there are so many people who feel when they talk about shadow work and they start to see how they grew up with mom and dad, how much that actually has impacted them, and then they feel bad because they don't want to push their mom or dad down. Shadow work is not about blaming other people. It's not about that. We need to stop doing that. It's not about that, I promise. See, recognizing that our needs have not been met, I haven't received the love that I would have needed. That's being honest. That's being real. That's being so clear in how I'm feeling. And by that, by simply, I'm saying that because it's difficult to get here. It's difficult to get there, okay? Simply by recognizing, oh my God, I actually never felt seen. That is breaking your heart so much, because you start to see that you're hurt by those people who you thought they do the very, very best for you, you know? But it's not about them, it's about you. So you're getting back here and you start to hug yourself for how you felt, for how you feel. You start to go into those places that are not feeling so comfortable. They never do. See, when you're doing shadow work, and it's really about getting calm, getting clear. What is the sensation, right? It's so different than working with the mind. Working with the mind doesn't work in this area. It doesn't work. You're getting into the feeling areas of your body, and you start to recognize, here is something, here is something, and here is something. And you always see it when you are actually triggered by what other people are telling you, right? How people live. You may get really triggered because someone says like, I only want to work 60%. And you're like, I wish. I mean, hello? I mean, grow up. Like, you know, all those things. As soon as you bring up judgment against another way of living, shame, as soon as this is hitting the fence, you know, okay, here is something on the road. Okay? Now, you got to be very, very clear that this is an ongoing journey. And so you don't have to overrule yourself, right? You don't have to TikTok. I mean, if I'm not done tomorrow, I'm done. Okay? I'm not doing it anymore. You got to be very, very clear that you go by day, and you start to look into those fields, maybe by journaling, maybe by lighting up a candle, maybe by drumming. I've done actually an embodiment practice video just before this one, so I highly recommend using something like this, because it helps you to identify what is hidden. Sometimes it's hard for us to even step into those fields because we feel unsafe in our own body, and we cannot tap into those fields when we feel unsafe, because this is why we are there originally, right? We felt unsafe to explore and to really share our emotions, so we pushed it down. So we have to feel safe first if we want to do this healing. And shadow work really is just a term of I'm looking into a field that I don't know what is there. I don't know. It's a black hole, and it could be anything. And we are scared when we don't know something. We are scared, and you know, to be afraid is okay. To be skeptical is okay. To not know what's coming is okay. This is not about, hey, I have step 1 to step 10. This is about, I'm following my own inner guidance. And you see, all my teachings are actually following that rule. I want to give you some little steps you can take. I don't want to give you a manual that you follow, because I want you to use your superpower. And I mean by that your own body. I mean by that you have it inside of you. You are the master of your life. You see, you are the film star of your movie. You are the one who can take turns if something doesn't work. You are the one. you know? You are the one. So diving into the field that is really unconscious will bring you more space. More space means I can light it up. I can light it up with more love, okay? If around me are so many constructions, right? Because things are falling down, you know, I'm not happy in so many areas of my life, for example, then I'm overreacting because I'm trying to solve everywhere. I'm trying to make everything work. While actually, maybe my job is it to let it fall away, to let it go. Maybe I need to learn to let go, right? Letting go is a process that can be learned. And letting go is, I think, one of the hardest that I had to learn. You know, when I wanted something so badly, but it was somehow just not coming my way. It was just not coming. And letting go is actually really freeing. It's freeing, not that I'm giving up on life, but it's I'm giving up the idea that only this or that brings me the happiness I really want. See, I can feel happy already without having whatever I'm planned. But if I'm constantly looking at my constructions I have around me, right, all those things that are falling together, I may actually want to look into them so that they can like can be how to say, so I can let them go fully. That wasn't the word, but anyways, you get the point. When you can have more space around you, you have more space to think what's next. You're way more calmer. You're not constantly irritated by something that is so close to you that is just falling down. You see, this is a rule, I would really say, a rule that is really key. I mean, getting more calm and realizing that I don't need everything today, but I'm working towards what makes me happy. But I am already happy. You see, I'm letting go what doesn't serve me in my highest, right? I'm letting go those things that can be or can put that you can put to rest. I believe that's about really it. Yeah. Learn to go slow in this process, because it takes a lot of energy to do this inner work. It takes a lot of energy to do the shadow work and to really, really work on yourself on that level, because it will bring in some more stuff, right? It brings in energies, new energies that you need to see clearly if that is the way that you want to go next, right? You see, when you have more space because you have cleared the communication with your parents, with a friend of yours, you have space, and then you need to check out, what do you want to do next? What is it that I want next? And I feel like, and this is quite a good one, I feel. You see, what do people really want? Is to feel good, is to feel happy, to be themselves. That's what people really want, you know. They, apart from anything else that is so highly put in our world, most of those people are not happy. But the thing is, and I think one is not excluding the other, you see. One isn't excluding the other, but I feel like the base the base is always the same. The base is feeling love, being loved, expressing love, being so clear to who you are. That's my definition of where I want to discover more. What does that mean, you know? So you gotta go and find your own expression on how that looks like. But it's so often not about the material stuff. It's so often not about that. But for sure, it is built upon that, you know, for sure. So with that said, I hope that helped. Let me know in the comment section. I'm really curious. Let me know if that has served you. And I would say I see you next time, and have a wonderful day. Bye bye.